Now, NewsNation contributor Steve Krakauer. He is also a columnist for The Hill. And Steve, first time on the show. Been looking forward to chatting with you. Hello,
too.
happy Friday. Friday before Thanksgiving. Here we are. We didn't expect this to happen, but
what was it, a turkey drop? I know it was I've heard of a Friday night news drop. I've never heard of the turkey drop. I like that.
That's right. You watch WKRP in Cincinnati. You'll see all of that right there.
So you've been listening to some of this. What say you?
I know it was sort of teased, the transparency argument. I think that's important. I actually think that, yes, first of all, I started to go through some of these. I mean, it is just the security footage. It's not curated in any way. It will take a lot of people a lot of time to figure out what, if anything, we have here right now. Okay, so that's the first step. But I do think it's a step in the right direction. I completely agree that there has been a lot of misleading information when it comes to this. There's been so much coverage of January 6th by so many quarters, and yet it all focuses on such a very small part of that day. Why not more coverage about the security failures? And I think that that's something that we might be learning about through these tapes. Why not more coverage about what people exactly were let in right away?
But the small part is a really big part, is it not, Steve? Of
course, and it's gotten a lot of coverage. And as it's been said, hundreds of, if not thousands of people have been held accountable for their actions on their day, their criminal actions that day. But if you want to clamp down on the conspiracy theories, transparency is the way to do it, right? Sunlight's the best disinfectant. That is the way that we are going to be able to move past this. So this is a step in the right direction. I think it should be applauded. People should go through it, and then we should move on, and we should move on to bigger stories.
Yeah, so as Steve noted, this is like a website with just a bunch of video and a bunch of pages within the website, and you got to click on it, the video pops up, and there it is. So it's out there if you want to go through it, Lauren.
It's not good, and so
I think it's good from a transparency.
Insurrection or no insurrection, we can argue that ad nauseum, but what you're arguing is basically it was just a violent mob that was beating up police officers. I mean, like, I don't understand the argument coming from your side.
No, my point is very simple. The Democrats and the media for 2 years have called this something it is not.
Yes, but
it is a bad day and a riot that got out of control.
So how is that good?
I think the American public should know whether or not justice is being served.
There is no objection that the purpose for these rioters, insurrectionists that went into the Capitol, who sat at Nancy Pelosi's desk, who were calling Nancy Pelosi out, who were looking for the vice president, actively looking for the vice president, and while it was in session, to stop the peaceful transfer of power. That makes it an insurrection.
Do you know that someone last night said the DNC situation, a Democratic member of Congress said the DNC situation the other day was actually worse than January 6th. I think we need to be cooler and calmer about
Steve, hang on by real quick, but I want Chris to put a bow on this.
Just to say, I know why Kevin McCarthy didn't release this, because of two separate problems. One, goofuses who will obsess over and pore over this video, QAnon kooks who will go over this video and it will prop up their conspiracy theories. The other reason is the one that our colleague just mentioned, which is just, it's bad, right? It's just bad for Republicans to talk about. This is a bad thing for Republicans to talk about. And when Republicans get sucked back into doing what Ford feels obliged to, and I understand why you feel obliged to do it, but when Republicans have to be defending any part in any way of the people who were there on January 6th, that's just a loser, so you don't want to talk about it.
So we've been showing the inside footage real quick. Can we show the outside from that day? Because obviously it was two totally different scenes, or at least what some video captured, because as we all know, on that day, scenes like this were also occurring. And as Steve points out, there is a ton of video. We are just starting to go through it. A lot of it, at least from what we've been able to see, is just sort of, cameras. But as you pour through it, it is important to remember that images like that happened as well.
Oof.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.